Hey, what's going on, parents? Dr. Tony checking in here, and I've got a crazy helpful video for you that'll give you some answers around something you probably experience every single year this time of year, which is where if you have a sensory child, you got a kiddo who's got some anxiety, ADHD sort of challenges, they always seem to get worse this time of year, right? As we transition back to school and as summer transitions to fall. And since I thought I was going to, I am going to talk about seasonal transitions. Pablo, Cotton, and a few of the goats got word that I was going to be talking about, getting outside, and they wanted to join us for this video. So I thought I'd have a little fun with your backdrop as I give you some very helpful tips to help your kids de-stress and have a smoother, happier, healthier, calmer, more sensory, emotional, behavioral regulated transition back to school. So I got 3 reasons why they go sideways and 3 things you can do to get your kiddo back on track to really smooth their path and keep their emotions, keep their immune system, keep everything healthy and strong as the school year starts. So first off, let's go through the 3 reasons really quick why it goes off the rails. Number 1 is these kiddos, as we always kind of lovingly call our perfect storm kiddos, because there's not one thing that necessarily causes, sensory spectrum, emotional challenges. It's a multitude of things. And that's actually what we're talking about. There's a perfect storm to this transition season, if you will. But our sensory kids do not handle transitions very well. What we know about the neurology behind sensory anxiety, ADHD, spectrum challenges, and seizures certainly make this equation too, because they always tend to get worse with seasonal transitions, is those kiddos are already amped up. Their nervous system, their sympathetic fight or flight system, even at rest, doesn't rest well. They don't calm well. They don't always transition so well. They have a hard time when the schedule changes and transitions happen. So this is probably the biggest transition of the year where we give up. Boy, that sounds tough, right? Where we change from the fun and the sleeping in and all the things this summer, and we go into the school year, and that is a huge transition, which isn't always so smooth for our perfect storm kiddos. Number 2 is the way God designed us is our nervous systems follow the seasons. They follow what's called kind of circadian rhythms, and we won't get too nerdy on this, but our nervous systems are adapting and changing to the environment. Well, a very powerful thing to the environment is the temperature, the sunlight, the hours, the seasonal changes. And what we're really supposed to do, parents, do not fall out of your minivan in the pickup line as you watch this later today. We are supposed to slow down as the weather gets cooler and the days get shorter. That's kind of why they do. We're supposed to go inside, take it easy. And school year does the exact opposite to that. Our schedules somehow get even busier than summer. So we have just our family. We've got cross country, we've got volleyball, we've got dance, we've got my daughter volunteers at a cat rescue because evidently all these animals out here aren't enough. And so all the things, right? So we are speeding up in a time where our nervous systems as designed are supposed to kind of slow down. And so that creates a little head bump and some challenge and stress to the nervous system. And the third reason why is our immune systems are going to have to do some work. So out here on Farm Sweet Farm, as we call it, these leaves are all going to change. It's going to get a whole lot dustier. And our immune systems are going to have to do some more work. Now, things called allergies are an over-inflamed conversation in today's world. You like that? That was very pun intended to some neuroimmunology behind allergies. Now, they're very real, but why do we have so many allergies? Is it really that our genetics changed in the last year or two? Is it that there didn't used to be seasonal changes and pollen and leaves dying and everything else? No, that stuff's always been around. It's just that our nervous systems for our kiddos are so stressed out so much, so early, so often because of this thing called subluxation and the perfect storm, which kicks the nervous system into sympathetic dominance, which does one thing to the immune system. Makes it work less efficiently and makes it be more pro-inflammatory. So the reason we have more allergies and more trouble with seasonal transitions is because we have more stress. So kind of go back to the first 2 things we were talking about. And what happens during the fall is our immune systems, and then really during the winter, our immune systems for our kids are going to have to do more work. They're going to have more stuff to process, more stuff to regulate. There's kids at school that have, germs and everything else, which is completely normal. There's more of them in life than there are of us. So germs are not the bad guy. Our inability to adapt and overcome them has always been the actual root of being healthy or sick. Well, in the fall, our immune systems are going to have to do more work. And think of it like, so we'll use summer to finish this analogy. If it's a really, really, really hot day, which hopefully we have a few more left, and your air conditioner kicks on, you ever notice sometimes your lights flicker? Or if you're driving your car on a really hot day and you got to run the AC at full blast, notice how the engine has a little less power? That's your child's nervous system when the immune system is working really, really strongly. And so if the immune system is taking more energy from the nervous system to regulate and do its job in the fall, there is less left over for emotional regulation, focus and cognition, and behavioral and emotions. And so you're going to see those things kind of come to a forefront, neurosensory, behavioral, emotion stuff, if the immune system isn't working well. And so what are the 3 steps? So I don't want to make this video too crazy long for you, but I want to give you the 3 things you can do to combat those 3 added stressors. Number 1, for sure, is absolutely, if you don't, I know most chiropractors would be like, okay, well, we're going to talk about the other stuff first, then we'll put chiropractic later on, if you want to sneak it in. Y'all, I got to tell you the truth. Neurologically focused chiropractic is the cheat code, is the magic formula your families are missing if you don't have it. Or if you already have it, you're going to hopefully a PX doc. They're probably already having this conversation with you if it's a doc we've trained in our network. But a lot of chiropractors just aren't seeing kids and families frequent enough in the busy seasons. Now, when we get busy, what do we typically do? We stop doing so many of the good things because they're time consuming. That's what's awesome about chiropractic. Y'all can get in there in 5 to 10 minutes and get on with your busy schedule. That's my favorite health hack about neurologically focused chiropractic. We can activate your child's vagus nerve. We can activate your child's parasympathetic, calming, relaxing, emotional regulating side of the nervous system actually in 3 minutes or less. So during the busiest season, what we do is we have our wellness patients bump up to 2 times a week instead of once if they're on wellness care. And if you haven't started with pediatric neurologically focused chiropractic yet, and you know this season hits hard for your child and their emotions and their anxiety and their ADHD and their immune system just go by the wayside, they're sick all the time, they're stressed all the time, and school is just too much for them, this is the time you get yourself to a PX doc office and you make it happen to add that to your family, because it will transform their health, transform their emotions, transform their immune system this school year, and make it so much better, so much smoother for you. It is the magic, just missing link for so many families that are already maybe doing number 2 and number 3. Number 2 is absolutely take the time to slow down every chance you get. So Friday nights when our kids don't have sports, we don't schedule anything. We come home, we get them outside. Nature is calming and relaxing. We really protect our bedtimes right now. Like, we organize our day so that after sports, and then they get adjusted 2 times a week. So once a week when life is easy, 2 times a week when it's busy is what the ebook kids are getting adjusted. And we make sure that dinner, healthy dinner, is all set and ready to go. We're going to get dinner. We're going to get bedtime. We're going to get homework done. We're going to get to bed. Protect the sleep schedules. Maximize sleep in the busy season as best you can, wherever you can, and try not to do extra on top of extra that school and sports and fall already brings. And then number 3, remember how the 3rd thing we talked about was how the immune system, if it's not working very well, it's going to drag on the nervous system and cause more emotions and behavior. Well, obviously chiropractic is the first thing that's going to improve neuroimmune function more so than anything else. But the 3rd thing we do at this time of year, our kids are taking a few extra magnesium, and which is a calming, relaxing, get good sleep supplement. And they're taking a few more like elderberry and immune boosting supplements during the fall transition and maybe into winter that we wouldn't worry about in the summer. So think of it like this. Last minute of this video, it's all math. If this means this school year, right now in this transition, back to school and fall, going into winter, there's more stress in your child's life, you got to match it and exceed it with more good. Chiropractic, de-stressing. Sleep, de-stressing. Getting outside, going for walks, having fun in nature as a family, de-stressing. There's certain supplements that are de-stressing and immune boosting. Just simply match the stress. Don't worry about it. It's a part of life. You can absolutely thrive through it. You can absolutely adapt and overcome to it. Our family loves to be busy and we love to do things. We just always meet the demand on our children's nervous systems and make sure that we're keeping it equal, keeping it healthy. And honestly, what we're always doing is looking to keep slack in the system and stay ahead. That's a little bit of advanced PhD neurology. All right, that's what I got for you today. Now, I know this too about all of our families. We love goats. Who doesn't? I don't know if you own them. There's many days that you maybe don't. But when you just get to see them on a Facebook Live, let's see if we can get Pablo to, yeah, Pablo's never shy about coming on here. We're going to do a little climb up. Pablo, you coming? Huh? Want to say hi to all the Facebook crew and parents here. The donkeys are a little salty. They're back there. The mini donkeys, they're locked into the second pasture through that. So, all right, there you go. This last part is not necessarily, helping de-stress your nervous system. Maybe if you love goats that much, it is. God bless. Be well. See you on the next one.